A basic introduction to portable two-way radios. Portable two-way radios. Let's explore the buttons and switches on a two-way radio and then explore the accessory options available. Exploring portable two-way radios. We're using the Motorola R2 model in this example, but it could be any model two-way radio as they're all very similar to this. Let's walk through the buttons and functions. Speaker. This is where received audio is heard. When an earpiece is connected, the speaker is muted and the audio is routed via the earpiece instead. Microphone. When talking into a two-way radio, you should direct your voice at this microphone. But not too close. Around 6 inches, or around 15 centimeters, is close enough. When an earpiece is connected, this microphone is muted and the microphone in the earpiece takes over. Power switch and volume knob. On almost all radios, this is used for two things. Firstly, to power on, or off, the radio. And also, to control the volume of the received audio. Channel knob. It's important to ensure that all radio users are on the same channel. This is the channel selector. Antenna. The antenna is specific to the frequency of the radio. On a licensed radio, it's usually removable and replaceable. On a license-exempt radio, the antenna is not removable or replaceable. Here is the radio, looking from the right side. Earpiece jack. This is where an audio accessory such as an earpiece or microphone can be connected. Programming. Some radios have a dedicated programming port. On this model, it's a micro USB connector. On some radios, the earpiece jack is also the programming port. Here is the radio, looking from the left side. Programmable buttons. It's important to know that unless programmed, the programmable buttons usually do nothing. Push to talk, also called the PTT button. This is arguably the most important button on the entire radio, as this is the button used to transmit. Two-way radios are quite straightforward and very user-friendly. Here are the default accessories typically supplied with a two-way radio. Sometimes, options such as antenna, battery and charger are user-selectable at the time of purchase. Typically there is a default antenna that covers the most used frequencies. This is easily replaceable later. A battery is usually supplied that will last at least a typical 8-hour working day. Additional batteries can be kept on charge for extended run times. A spring belt clip is supplied with almost all model radios. A single charger is almost always optional. This is because the requirement may dictate a multi-way charger is more convenient and therefore a single charger would not be required. Most models of two-way radio have a number of additional accessories available. These include 6-way charger. If you have more than 2 radios, or will, in the near future, it's good practice to buy a 6-way charger. Single chargers are almost always optional. The money saved on not paying for single chargers means 6-way chargers are an inexpensive and convenient way to charge your entire radio fleet at the same time. An added benefit of 6-way chargers is the radios have a home for them to be returned to after every shift, thereby easily keeping track of the radios. Additional battery. When the radio needs to be used for long periods of time, an additional battery is a better option than a high-capacity battery. This is because, in order to charge a battery, it has to be taken out of service. Pro tip. Almost all batteries can be charged with or without being attached to the radio. Having 2 batteries per radio means one battery can remain on charge when the other is in use. This way, there will always be a charged battery ready to be used. Earpiece or headset. Which is right for your team depends on the working environment. Carry cases. We strongly recommend a carry case to absorb impact and protect the radios from damage. In fact, a carry case can mean the difference between a radio lasting a couple of years and a decade. Extended warranty. Many two-way radios have additional warranty options. These include an extended warranty period and accidental damage cover. Additional warranty is only usually available at the time of purchase and cannot be added later. Let's explore the most popular two-way radio earpiece options. There are many different types of earpieces. Let's concentrate on the three most popular. The earpiece type chosen depends on application, environment and personal preference, including FBI style, also known as a covert acoustic tube or security tube earpiece. This is a comfortable but very personal earpiece. D shape, ideal for frequently changing team members and multiple shift patterns. And G shape, an alternative in loud environments and when an FBI-style earpiece is not possible. As well as a basic operational guide, we have some easy-to-follow steps when using two-way radios. These basic steps demonstrate how to get started with two-way radios. Charge the battery. Before trying to use the radio, it's important to ensure it's fully charged. Whilst charging, the radio should be switched off. Power on the radio. Once the radio is fully charged, using the volume knob, power on, and turn the radio up halfway, just loud enough to hear the power on tone. Channel. Ensure everyone who needs to use the radio is on the same channel. The push to talk PTT button. Ensure the PTT button is pressed firmly. You'll feel and hear a definite click sound once the PTT is engaged. Follow this 5-step guide to avoid missing critical parts of the conversation. Firmly press the PTT button. You'll hear and feel a discreet click to let you know the PTT button is engaged. Pause for 2 seconds. Wait approximately 2 seconds to allow the radio to establish a connection before you speak. Next, speak in a clear, normal tone. Hold the radio around 6 inches, or 15 centimeters. Speak towards the radio, normally and clearly, as if you're talking to someone in person. Pause again for 1 second. This ensures the radio sends all the audio and does not cut anything off. Now, release the PTT button. That's the message sent, and complete. Let's explore safety features available on some two-way radios. There are 4 main two-way radio safety and emergency features. Emergency button is a programmed button on the radio that can be pressed to send an emergency status to other radios in range to allow colleagues to assist. Lone worker requires team members, after a period of radio inactivity, to interact with the radio by pressing a button. If this button is not pressed, the radio assumes there is a problem and automatically sends an emergency status to other radios in range. Man down tracks whether the radio is positioned upright and if so assumes the team member is also upright. If the radio detects it's on its side, it assumes the team member has fallen and sends an emergency status to other radios in range. Transmit interrupt allows a team supervisor to send an important message by cutting off all other radio transmissions. Of course, depending on which safety features your team might need depends on the model two-way radio most suitable, as not all two-way radios have all these features. And now, a little about Radiotronics. Established in 1998 to provide professional-grade two-way radios to clients in the security and nightlife sectors, Radiotronics has become the two-way radio industry's outright expert in two-way radios for security, nightlife, entertainment and hospitality. Radiotronics Managing Director said,
"Absolutely no other company has as much experience and expertise with two-way radios for security, nightlife, entertainment, and hospitality, as Radiotronics."
Radiotronics only sells two-way radios from brands you've heard of, and is an authorized reseller of all the brands in our portfolio. Motorola, Kenwood, ICOM, Entel, Hytera, and Kirasun. Radiotronics does not recommend buying radios by unknown brands as future availability of accessories can be unpredictable. For example, if batteries cannot be purchased in 2 years' time, all of the radios will need to be replaced. You are the experts in your field. We are asking you for feedback on this presentation. Email us and let us know what you think. Your organization is welcome to use any part of this presentation for training. If you would like a specific subset of slides from this presentation, we'll be happy to provide this by email. There is more detailed information about the topics covered in this presentation on our website. Visit www.radiotronics.co.uk on your favorite web browser, or see the comments section below this presentation for a link.